come back to the floor. Good, shaking that out. Now tuck your toes under and start walking yourself backwards. So we're coming into our toe stretch, which honestly is like my nemesis. I just cannot get comfortable in this. So I like to stay here with my hands on the mat and just pushing the weight backwards. If you want to come up and do this, if that feels all right. We'll be here for just a few breaths. And if you're not feeling it, you're to feel it underneath the back of your toes, but I don't know how anyone can not feel this. Okay, just 2 more breaths here. And then after your exhale, start walking yourself back forward, tapping the feet. Now pass your weight into your your right hand and your right knee. Come into a little side plank. So reach the left arm all the way up. See if you can press down through the pinky edge of the left foot. And then maybe even cactus that left arm so that you're getting that broadening across your chest and a slight contraction in your back. Good. And then come back through the center over to the other side. So side plank on the left, right arm reaches all the way up. Switching on the right leg by just pressing through the pinky edge of the foot. Again, you can cactus your arms, start lifting the chest just slightly. Nice, and back to the center. Tuck your toes under, push your hips up and back, coming into your downward facing dog. First downward facing dog, so you can walk it out or stay still, whatever you like to do to settle into this posture. And keeping the idea of traveling up the back body, starting at the heels. Just feel up the back of the calves, back of the legs, over and down the back. Then take a big bend in your knee, travel to the top of your mat, straight away come into that halfway lift. Creating space for a nice big inhale. And then exhaling, folding back over the legs. Take an inhale again and come all the way up to standing, reaching up through the fingers. And then exhale, fold back over your legs. Lifting up halfway. Exhaling, fold. Making your way back to your high plank. Dropping the knees down. Hugging the elbows in, coming all the way to the floor. Take an inhale for your cobra. Keep it nice and low to start with. Coming all the way back down and pushing back to your downward facing dog. Bend your knees, travel to the top of your mat, straight away lifting up halfway. Exhaling as you fold. And then coming all the way up to standing. When you get there, reaching right up through the fingers and then folding straight back over the legs, folding from the hips. Lifting up for an inhale. Exhaling and fold. Stepping back with the less dominant foot this time. Lowering yourself down. And then inhaling, lift the chest. Coming back down to the floor as you exhale, making your way back to your downward facing dog. Lift the right foot up, three-legged dog. Lifting through the heel, making sure you're pressing into both hands evenly. And then bring the right knee all the way in and bring your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Dropping your left knee down so you're coming into a lizard. Good. So take a few breaths here, just allowing the front of that left hip to start wakening up. Keep your right knee hugged close into the top of your right arm. And the longer we stay here, you can get some more lift into your chest. This might be a really small movement. It might not be visible, but if you can feel that lift, then perfect. Good. Allowing the hips to sink towards the mat. Now press both hands into the floor, heel toe your right foot over so it's behind the left wrist and drop the knee down. So we're coming into a pigeon. Obviously it's still quite early in the class, so this might not be your deepest pigeon by any means. So keep yourself supported with your arms. Lowering yourself down slowly. Keeping the chest up. Good. Let yourself sit down onto the right side of your bum. Left leg swings all the way forward. So the sole of your right foot is to the inside of the left thigh. Take an inhale, reach both hands up. And then exhale, start folding over your left leg. So as we start to warm up, let yourself slowly fold. But we don't want to aim just now to get our head or our nose or whatever down towards the knee. We want to think of the folding of the stomach onto the thigh and then the chest down onto the leg somewhere, so that you can feel that stretch all the way up the back and it doesn't like curl you into that little ball. So try and feel as long as possible here. Good, coming all the way back up. Cross your right foot, over the left leg. Coming into your twist, so you can either wrap the arm around the knee or you can hook your elbow over the top of your leg. Right arm comes to the base of your spine, and as you twist, we're growing taller, and then letting the shoulders open to the right hand side. Guiding that right shoulder back. Left shoulder forward. Good. Unravel yourself. Both hands come behind you, fingertips point away. Bend both knees, press into both feet, and start lifting into your reverse tabletop. So push the glutes up high. Good, and then lower all the way back down. Cross your ankles, hands come to the floor, and step yourself back to downward facing dog. Maybe just see if there's a little bit more room to press the heels down towards the floor. And then the left leg comes up for three-legged dog. Start hugging your left knee in towards your body, and then step the left foot to the outside of the left hand, dropping the right knee down. So we're back in your lizard on the other side. So same points here. The lifting of the chest, hugging your left knee in towards your upper left arm. And then we'll just stay here for a few breaths, letting the front of the right hip open up. Good, and then heel toe the left foot over behind the right wrists, coming into pigeon. So whatever your pigeon looks like, keep yourself supported with your arms and just avoid falling down onto the left side of your bum. So hips are square. Good, now swing the right leg all the way forward. When you get there, take an inhale, coming forward into your fold. Working with your breath here. Take an inhale, create that little bit of space. Then as you exhale, move into that space. Maybe you can even feel like you're pushing your tailbone, your hips backwards. That gives you that little bit more room to fold forwards. Good, coming all the way back up. What foot is this? Left foot crosses over the right leg, coming into your twist. Making sure you get length in your spine. And then guide the left shoulder back, right shoulder forward. Check that in your twist, your breath doesn't stay up in your chest. And even though you've got that tightness across your stomach, you can still breathe right down into your belly. Good, and then unravel here. Both feet come to the floor, hands behind you, point your fingertips away, and then lift yourself up into your reverse tabletop. Maybe lifting a little higher than last time. Engage your glutes. And then come all the way back down. Cross your feet over, back to downward facing dog. Either stay in your downward facing dog or take a vinyasa. So rolling forward to your high plank, lowering down, maybe using your knees, lifting the chest for a nice big inhale, and then back to downward facing dog. Right foot comes up, three-legged dog. Good, then hug the right knee all the way in, lift through your back, arch the spine, and then step the right foot in between your hands. Swivel down onto the left heel and set yourself up for your warrior two. See me? Move this back. Warrior two. So relax the shoulders. Find that balance between active and passive. So even though we're really reaching with the arms, we're slightly pulling the shoulder blades together, the shoulders are relaxed and down. Good. Then from here, we're going to swivel forward into a high lunge. So swivel onto your back toes. Come to face the front of your mat. Square the hips off. Good. Drive the hips forward and see if you can bend into that front knee even more. Now start pulling the arms behind you, lifting the chest ever so slightly, keeping the legs exactly where they are. And then sweep the arms forward, chest comes so it's just above the thigh. So you're in thunderbolt. Pause here, kicking back through the left leg so it feels super strong and long. Reaching forward with the fingertips. Good, and then step the left foot forward to meet the right. So you're in your chair pose. Hips go back and down, arms lifting up by the ears. Hold it here. One more breath. And then fold. Good. Take an inhale, lift up halfway. Make this a stretch, so like really reach the crown of your head forward. Legs are going backwards. Good, fold back over your legs and then just step back to downward facing dog. When you get to your downward facing dog, start pushing back into your heels even more so that you can start walking your hands back towards your legs. Keep your hips reaching upwards. So you're now at the back of your mat. Start rolling all the way up to standing. Keep your chin tucked in. So really lift through each vertebra, one by one, all the way up to standing. Shoulders come back and down. We're going to come into tree pose. So right foot comes to either ankle, calf, or up onto your thigh. Good. Get that little bit of pressure between the right foot and the left leg. When they press together, can help you create that center point of balance. Your right knee is drawing backwards, opening through the right hip. Glutes are strong. Nice. And then bring your right knee forward, keep the foot lifted, and then kick the foot out. Good. Hold it here, it doesn't need to be high, just feel the leg working. And then from here, coming into standing pigeon, so hook your ankle over the top of the left thigh. And slowly start sending the hips backwards. Once you reach your point, find your balance and just stay there. Flex the right foot. Use the strength of your leg to guide the right knee down. Good, come all the way back up, lift the right leg up. And then step it forward, setting up for pyramid. So all your toes, both feet facing forward, hips square. You can have your hands where you like. If you want to bring them onto your hips to check, go for that. Take an inhale here and start folding forward. Hands can come down or whatever. Making sure you're pressing into that back foot. Working your front knee straight, but if it isn't there, as long as you feel the stretch down the back of your legs, you've got it. Good. Press into both hands, step back to your downward facing dog. Bring your left leg all the way up, three-legged dog. Start pulling that knee in towards your chest, round through your back, step it in between your hands, and then come up to your warrior two. So take a few seconds to just correct your positioning. So make sure your feet are in one line. Activate your legs by pushing into both feet. And then really reach through both hands. Good, finding that strength and stillness. And then start turning forward, coming onto the right toes. Right arm sweeps forward until you're in your high lunge. See if you can bend further into that front knee. Keep the legs exactly where they are. Start lifting your chest, drawing your elbows backwards. Coming into a little back bend, broadening the collarbone, and then sweep your hands forward so you're in your thunderbolt. Lowering the chest close to the thigh, left leg is working, and then step the right foot up to meet the right, the left even, so that you're in your chair. Both knees pushing together, hips going back and down, chest lifting, arms lifting, and then fold. Take an inhale here, lift up halfway. And then fold back down. Just stepping back to downward facing dog. And then when you get there, again, really pushing back. So transfer as much weight as possible into your legs so your hands are nice and light and they can walk back towards your feet. Tucking the chin in, coming all the way up to standing. Good. Left leg comes up for tree pose. So wherever you want it, avoiding the knee if you can. Left knee pulling backwards. Can you push your left foot into your leg even more, but then resist that with the right leg? And even though it feels a lot more active, it can also feel a lot more stable. Good. Left knee comes forward. Keep the foot up. And then kick through the heel. Leg goes out. Nice. And then bend the knee again. Ankle comes onto right thigh. Flex your left foot and start sitting your bum back and down. See if you can bring some more length into your spine here, sitting up taller, but also lower. Good, coming all the way back up to standing. Left foot kicks back out and then step it forward, setting up for pyramid. When you're ready, take an inhale, lift your chest. Start folding from the hips, so tailbone sticks backwards, coming all the way down into your pyramid. Not forgetting about the back leg, pressing into the heel. Good, one more breath here. And then press into both hands and step back, downward facing dog. Either stay in downward facing dog or take a vinyasa. Go through it at your own speed. Really feel into all the positions. Take your time.